What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of JY Throws. This is episode 3 of me trying to learn how to throw a hammer again. And today I've got my hammer glove finally, so super excited to get into things, start to do some more turns, start to wind a little bit harder, and start to get after the throws a little bit more. Today I'm going to be practicing inside the indoor facility because they're currently resurfacing the track, so I don't have access to being outdoors today. And it's also pretty good that I'm going to be inside because that way I'm not going to be trying to throw too hard to try to see the distance, so this way I can just focus on my technique. And as I start to try to get into more turns, it's going to be important that I really focus on that technique so I'm not having bad habits that are going to cause me to hurt my back or something like that. But I want to start off today's video by showing you guys how I tape my fingers because just the glove alone sometimes I find isn't quite enough to protect my fingers, so I like to add an extra layer of tape underneath it. So the tape that I like to put underneath my hammer glove is this stretchy tape. I don't honestly know what the purpose of the tape is for originally, but when I use regular athletic tape, it feels like it constricts my fingers too much, and as the hammer pushes down on them, it feels like I'm like popping a finger pimple that's gonna like explode blood out of the top of my finger. So having the stretchy tape just allows it that once there starts to be pressure on the fingertips, it doesn't feel like it's gonna burst my fingers open. It just feels like it's helping with some of the pressure. All right, starting things off today with some winds. Pulling the hammer in front of me, back, wind, step in. Trying to get the low point off of my back hip so later I can use it to drive up with it. Start to feel it out a bit.
Like an unsung melody, the truth is waiting there for you to find it. It's not a blight but a remedy, a clear reminder of how it began. Deep inside your memory, turn away as you struggle to find it. You heard it call as you walked away, a voice will come from within the silence.
Moving on to wind and releases. Got to make sure that I'm getting a nice low point off my back hip so I can drive it up to the finish. And during my winds, I just want to make sure that I'm looking to my left to keep everything nice and loose, keep me winding on my left side, so that when I step in, I can start over here instead of winding right here. And then when I go to start, the hammer would have to be all the way over here to start to get it to a good point. So if I'm looking over here, it just makes it a lot easier to find a good position on the entry.
And for what seemed an eternity, you ain't an open it would call out again. And the shadow beckoning, then your fear seemed to keep you blinded, and you're gone as you walked away.
Low point here. So if I want the low point over my back leg to drive it up, I got to get the low point 90 degrees earlier so it comes down there.
When you think of this forsaken, listen to me now. You never feel broken again. Sometimes darkness can show you the light. An unforgivable tragedy. The answer isn't where you think you'd find it. Prepare yourself for a reckoning.
Moving on to one turn. Catch the ball off the back hip. Patient around. Big finish.
For when your world seems to crumble again, don't be afraid, don't turn away. You're the one who can lead and find it. Don't let hope become a memory. Let the shadow permeate your mind and reveal the thoughts that were tucked away, so that the door can be opened again. Within your darkest memories lies the answer if you dare to find it. Don't let hope become a memory. When you think of this forsaken, listen to me now. You need never feel broken again.
Going to be moving on to 2 turns. No idea how this is going to go. I haven't done a 2-turn for a couple of years, so same thing, just winding, getting the ball off that back hip, patient for 1, patient for 2, hit the finish. And we'll just start building on that and see where things go.
Sometimes darkness can show you
So in trying to get a low point that's off of my hip here, it feels like my first instinct is to want to pull backwards and then start leaning back on my turns, kind of falling over here, instead of hitting that low point, keeping it working all the way around me so that I can stay nice and balanced and centered instead of getting that low point and falling backwards. So just slow things down, get a good low point, and keep working it long around me so I can.
When you think of this forsaken, listen to me now. You need never feel broken again. Sometimes darkness can show you the light. Don't ignore. Listen to me now. You need never feel broken again. Sometimes darkness can show you the
All right, guys, I'm going to wrap today's video up here. Thank you very much for watching. I'm really pleased with how things are feeling. Obviously, 2 turns are going to take a bunch of turns just to get used to them, start to find my balance, find that good position where I can hit a nice, strong, powerful finish. But already, day 1 with 2 turns, I'm definitely feeling a lot better connection to my hip. It feels like I've got more power on the finish than I ever had before. So just going to continue to work on that, get reps, and hopefully it cleans itself up over the next few weeks. Thank you very much for watching again, guys. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.